My name is Kerry George, and I'm the CEO of CIBN Connect. And if you're watching along today, you have probably been out to one of our meetings, or maybe you're just trying to find out more about CIBN Connect, and maybe you're just comparing it to one of the other networks that's out there, or you're trying to find out if networking will really work for you. So no matter what's happening in your life, I'd like to welcome you today to finding out more. And let me just get right at it here and share with you where we've come from in our last 14 years or so of experience. So I'm just going to share my presentation screen here with you. This is an overview of CIBN and who we are and where we came from and what we are about to do next, so that you can just see what you might be a part of. So why is it important to know all about CIBN Connect? Well, networking has never been more important. You know, the way that the economy has been changing, it's more important today than ever that economies need to support each other and build their businesses together so they can become the best leaders for their families and for their communities. And I believe it's important to have fun when you're networking and not just be going to another meeting and one meeting after another, but to be having it be productive time that leads to getting appointments booked and getting sales made, but also that it's enjoyable and that you're part of something that's bigger than that, so that you feel like, it's exciting to be at these meetings. So we are the Connected International Business Network, and there's many reasons why we believe that CIBN has become the best networking organization in North America, but mostly it's because of you. It's because of people like you. It's our members and, of course, our leaders in the network. And we have incredible leaders throughout the network, like this picture here of Jen and Chris Breen from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Fabulous couple that is leading as city directors in that community. So we offer a different kind of networking. CIBN Connect is both a networking organization and it's a business training academy. We've got over 500 online and in-person meetings that are happening every year, and dozens of courses and all kinds of resources coming out, like the book that you see. I'll be talking more about that later. And we also have masterminds, strategy sessions. So just all kinds of things that you can do at CIBN Connect. It's so much more than just networking. Of course, we're very mission driven. We've been doing this for many years now, so it's our mission to help business owners and entrepreneurs and professionals to thrive in any and every economy. And we really believe that that is important. There's no reason to go out and do something like networking if it doesn't produce results. So we want to make sure that you are being assisted in reaching your business goals. And of course, we have a legacy of success at CIBN. We were established in 2012. We're privately owned. We're now licensing cities for global expansion. We have a huge LinkedIn presence, huge Facebook groups, 19,000 people as we're recording this on Meetup, more coming on every day. So all of that is growing. And of course, you can see a little bit what the network looks like across North America there. And of course, our competitors, you've been out networking, you've run into them before. We love our competitors because networking is important, okay? No matter where you're networking, it is helpful to you as a business owner. Did you know that 80% of businesses fail in business? And also 80% of business owners don't do any networking. So if you're already networking with these or any other organization, congratulations, you're on the right track. What we want to do is help you to be even better at it no matter where you go. And of course, we do test our services against their services. Our services, we love to, brag about how we have more fun. Of course we do. We're very effective, more effective in many cases. And we're also often more affordable than our competitors. Now, how do networking groups generally operate? Well, of course, they have large fees and locked-in contracts. That is one of the things that's out there. Lots of rules, many hours of volunteerism required for the members. And you say, well, why do you have to do all that when you're running a network? Well, it's a lot of work, okay? It takes a lot of time and a lot of money. Over the years, as we have been running networking organizations, both in person and then online, we have discovered that it takes many hands doing the work. And, if you don't have the staff or the team to do it, or you can't afford to do it that way, then the only way we can do it would be to have volunteers, right? So many organizations run off of volunteerism, and that means they need 3, 4, 6, 10 hours of yours every month or every week, even sometimes, to keep that organization going. So they also may have one person per industry. Now, there's pros and cons to that, but over the years, we've discovered that that really creates a competitive spirit, and we believe there's a better way than that. It's also a huge time commitment, often, to be part of a network, and that's, again, it comes back to that volunteerism. You'd often, in person events, you'd be driving across town, finding parking, and one of the things that we've discovered from other networks that's out there is that there is often a lack of transparency in the interview process. For example, if I were with one of my competitors and starting a new branch or a networking club in my community, maybe I'm a life insurance agent or a realtor, and I wasn't able to get a seat in an existing organization because they only had one person per industry in that group. So I thought, well, I'll go start my own. So I get a bunch of people gathered up, and we all start coming in together, and now we have met the criteria of the organization. So they come and they vet us and see what we've been doing, and they discover that the group is good, everything looks sound, but I, as a leader, they decide that I'm not the best leader. And so they remove me and actually put in somebody else. Maybe it's because they aren't happy with the company that I'm working with, or maybe they feel I haven't been in business long enough. There's a variety of reasons that might happen, but we hear these stories over and over again. And that's just one area where there can be a lack of transparency in this entire interview process. And of course, in networking, in many of these groups, they are built by people attending and bringing other people with them. And I mean, we can encourage people to come with a carrot, or we can beat you up with a stick and say, hey, bring more people or else. Some of these groups run like that. So we have found over the years that networking groups take time and money, and the traditional models out there, you are the one who's contributing the most time and the most money to keep that group operational. And of course, in this type of a group, they're going to track the dollars that the group does in business. So it sounds really great because they'll say this group did $2 million in business this year. Well, if I carefully selected the people who attended and only let in the top performers in sales in the life insurance category, the real estate category, the website category, accounting, and a couple others, you better do 2 million. Something's wrong if you're not. You see what I'm saying? But what about the person who sells knitting? How well are they doing? So CIBN Connect is actually set up to help all entrepreneurs, all levels of entrepreneurs, any kind of entrepreneur, and any kind of sales position at all, any kind of business. So we're more interested in how did the individual do instead of how did the group do. We have found a better way. We call it smart networking. Years ago, I discovered that you can make $150,000 more a year in whatever it is that you're doing if you're networking in a way that's smart. So we've created a book and training tools and a lot of different things that can help you add $150K to your bottom line through your networking. So at CIBN Connect, it's a low investment of time and money, very few rules, lots of opportunities. We have an abundance mentality instead of a competition mentality. And we're totally into self-development, yours and ours, always looking to improve. And of course, we have a networking success path where we show you how to network successfully and train you how to do it. We don't assume that you know how to do it because as we've been working with business owners for many years, we discovered so many people are going out there and are making a few extra dollars from networking, but they're getting the crumbs off the table. They're not clearing $150,000 more revenue because of their networking experiences. So I would encourage you, if you're not yet doing $150K a year from networking, keep listening here, keep following us because it is possible and you can do it, and it will make a huge difference in your life, in your family's life, and in your business. So we're going to track your individual results instead of the group's results. And we're not looking for your volunteerism because we don't need it. Actually, we set our business up from the beginning to be a business, not some kind of volunteerism charity, okay? We want you to come and focus on you and your business. So years ago, we implemented a policy where we have sponsors at CIBN Connect, and we have many sponsors today, and they pay a higher ticket price, usually $6,000, $10,000, $25,000 a year. And as a result of their contribution, we're able to have staff, we keep the lights on at head office, and then we don't need to have volunteerism to run our groups because we have people who are doing all of this stuff. And if we offer any volunteerism to our members, it's usually 15 minutes a week maximum, because we want you to spend your time and your effort on your business. We believe that that makes the most sense for you. These are our core values. Of course, we believe in relationships. We do love to build relationships and build relationships, but we also balance this out because it's not just about sitting around and holding hands and singing Kumbaya. We actually need to make sales, or else there is no business to be done. So other core values are also important: loyalty, value, that we're offering value, that we're showing you how to offer value, that we have integrity in our business dealings, that we offer excellence of service at every level of membership. And of course, communication is really important in a members-based business because we're entirely based on communicating one with each other as relationships are being built, but also as leaders of this organization, we want to make sure that we are contributing to the discussions continuously, keeping people updated in what is going on, what's coming next, and how to use all of the things that you have available to you at your fingertips. So communication is really important. And then, of course, our favorite phrase to say at the end of our meetings, oftentimes you hear us say it: happy capitalism. So what do we mean by that? Well, we just believe that a happy capitalist is somebody who adds value, okay? So yeah, there are negative connotations around the word capitalism. And usually that's because these are not happy capitalists. These are the kinds of people who just, pillage and plunder in the name of profit, and, anything goes. Well, that's not what we believe in. We believe in adding win-win-win-win situations to every kind of offer. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's got to be good. It's got to be good for me. It's got to be good for you. It's got to be good for CIBN. It's got to be good for all of the members. It's got to be a win-win-win-win. Everybody has to win. And if everybody's winning, we're all happy. And that's happy capitalism, okay? Not taking advantage of others, but adding value and creating opportunity at every time that we can so that people can truly prosper in the networking experience. Let me tell you a little bit about our groups and some that we have. These come and go. We got all kinds of different ones, and often they're member-led. Our members are telling us what is important to them. So we have online networking on Thursdays. It's called the Smart Networking Group. It runs every Thursday, and it is hosted by Wendy Kraft. And she loves to actually spend a little bit of time in each of those meetings talking about some of the principles of smart networking, because it really is a game changer. And of course, she has an incredible testimony about how smart networking has changed her life. So she likes to help new people, new members, and existing members dig in deeper and figure out how to use some of the $150,000 strategies that are laid out in the Smart Networking book. And they often practice it right there, which means they get more appointments booked, they get more meetings happening as a result, and more sales is often the end result of that. Now, introductions is led by Joshua. Joshua George runs this group on Thursday morning, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And anyone can come to this to come and check out CIBN, but there's great networking to be had in the group. There's often quite a crowd in there, and he shows them how to get it done. He actually shows them how to book that meeting on the spot. He has them sharing in the chats. He gets them doing things together. It's lots of fun. And I highly recommend that you check out the introductions meeting with Joshua. We've got the Easy Breezy Networking Club with Jennifer Robertson. And Jennifer just likes to have a good time. She likes to bring some quality stuff to the group. They sometimes have speakers in this group. Members can be speakers. If they don't have a speaker that week, she sometimes does polling. She does tips on things like marketing, or drills down into a subject around networking or sales, or something that is going to be beneficial for the members. And she spends some time with that, and then they do breakout rooms, or sometimes they don't do breakout rooms. They just share in the group itself. So it depends on the nature, how many people are there, but they have a lot of fun, and she calls it easy breezy networking, and it really is. You will enjoy time that you spend with her. That meeting is at 4 o'clock Mountain Time or 6 o'clock Eastern. And as a new member, you get access to all of the links for as many of these meetings as you want. And I'm only going to name a few of them because we got 500 meetings a year, and we just have too many for me to go through here. But here's another one I'd like to feature. One of our most exciting members, Tiff Loeffler. We love her. She is so positive, and so she runs the Positively Women's Networking. It's so much fun. The gals get together every Tuesday, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 3 o'clock Eastern. They have a blast. Often she does panel discussions where she's got a group of experts, speakers from the network, who are sharing about their expertise. She's quizzing them and asking them questions, and how do you do that, and gets the answers that the members need. But of course, all of this is always centered around the very important aspect of networking. You get a chance to meet other people that you haven't met before and book those important one-on-ones. And then you also get a chance to see the people that you have seen before, to deepen the relationship so that they really do start to give you the leads that you need, because they're starting to trust you and know you. And often that's the missing component in networking, because maybe we like someone because we met them once or twice, but we don't know them, and therefore we don't trust them. So we're not giving them our best clients ever. In our groups, this happens because we're getting to know them and trust them, and our group leaders are trained to facilitate the discussions that lead to the knowing and trusting. Let me tell you more about our events, because those are just the weekly groups that I've mentioned so far. But we also have a variety of exciting events every year. And one of our ones that goes on every month is the online mixer. Usually happens near the end of the month. It's often on a Wednesday evening. And this draws people from across the network, as well as our meetup groups all over the place. People are coming from to join into the online mixers. Lots of fun, lots of networking, more breakout rooms, and a great time being had by all in the online mixer. We also have Bold, Beautiful in Business, which is the monthly women's mixer. Again, drawing from the same places, but we've got about 6,000 women that are joining us through the meetup groups through this, and some other large groups as well coming and joining in. So this is the Bold, Beautiful in Business, happens the first Tuesday of the month in the morning. This is a morning meeting happens. And again, this is an opportunity for our speakers to be represented in front of a larger crowd. We have challenges at CIBN. This is just one of them that we selected to put up here, but we have some incredible challenges. And this is the 3-day networking challenge. Often we put this on every few months. Why we do this is to feature one of the tools that we have at CIBN. It's our Chrome extension, where we can get into our LinkedIn accounts and book meetings from the meeting, like immediately while we're in the meeting, but also we can use it outside of the meeting to see who each of us knows. And the tool ranks people, allowing us to see who's the best quality contact for us based on our own submission of what it is that we're looking for in our target market. So in the 3-day networking challenge, we bring hundreds of people suddenly into a group to do serious networking for 3 days straight. There's a pile of meetings that are going on. There's all kinds of stuff that is happening. It's lots of fun. And that's something that happens regularly at CIBN. This is just one of our challenges. We also have the 7-day challenge to create 700 pieces of social media content. We've got all kinds of cool things that are going on. So you're going to want to keep an eye on the calendar. Now, courses are different. Courses are longer. They have more training that's involved. Usually you got to sit down, have a book, a paper, writing things out, figuring out next steps. Our courses are intense. They get things done, and we've tried to build them, focus on the things that our members really need. So quarter launch is one of our most famous ones. It's 90-day goal setting. We go through this great goal setting thing. It takes about half a day. Sometimes twice a year we do a little bit longer because we want to get through, like, why aren't you hitting your goals? How do you stop self-sabotaging your goals? What are sort of things that you can do, like create affirmations that help you actually get the goals done and accomplished. And we teach you how to have SMART goals instead of stupid ones, which are SMART goals that you wrote down and then forgot about. We want you to have SMART ones that you actually use and continue to use and come back to again and again and build upon. And of course, we want you to have success in your goal setting process. So one step at a time. I think one of the things I really love about quarter launch is that once you have done the main part of the day, we now break it down into what does the next 90 days look like? What do I got to do this month? What do I have to do this week? What's my task list look like? And also projects. What projects do I have to accomplish? And how do I get them time blocked and into my calendar so that I can actually get them accomplished? And you get so much more done after being at quarter launch. It's a $599 course sold on its own, but it's something that our members get to enjoy. This is the sales process. We have several different trainings on sales in CIBN. Different kinds of courses for this. And there's a real basic reason for this. Years ago when I started networking, and then originally we bought a group in one city, and then we bought another group that was larger. We were meeting a lot of people networking, and I suddenly realized that not everyone was having as much success in networking as I did when I got started. And just like you, I had a business. I was selling marketing. I needed to get clients. And I seemed to turn that into revenue really quickly. But what I found was many people were not turning this into business really quickly. And one of the basic problems, one of the fundamental issues was that people couldn't sell. Yeah, you heard me. Can't sell. I don't know if you have this problem or not, but let me tell you, if you're not closing 1 out of 3 or at least 1 out of 4 meetings that you're having, maybe you need some work on your sales process. And if we don't do that first, there is no reason to be running lead generators and taking more courses to get better at coaching or whatever it is that we do, okay? It doesn't matter if you can't sell. The next thing you need to invest in is sales training, because if you're in front of 100 customers and you can't close them, that's a real problem. So we've got to fix that problem. It's like a hole in the bottom of your boat that everything is leaking through, okay? You got to be able to close that hole. And how do you do it? By becoming a better salesperson. So we've got some great sales training. Some of it's very affordable so that people can get started in the sales training process. And of course, another big one that people struggle with is social media. How do we do it? What do we do first? Oh my gosh, there's so much. It is so overwhelming. Well, Social Media Bootcamp helps you to sort through the entire mess and figure out, what do I really need to do? What needs to be done first? And let's get the cart behind the horse instead of in front of it. Let's do what needs to be done in the right order so that we're not wasting time. And a lot of that happens in Social Media Bootcamp as we figure it out. It's a great course. Again, it's like an $800-900 course, and it is available for our members. Our tools. What do we have for tools? Well, we've got a lot of tools. I really don't have time to get into them all in this video, or we'll be here for too long. But I'm just going to point out a couple that are pretty awesome. The Smart Networking book really brings together a lot of the things that we do differently and shows you exactly how to do it and how to break it down and how to make it applicable to your business and your life. It covers things like 5 different ways to do an infomercial, and an infomercial that converts, because an infomercial isn't there to entertain people, okay? It's there to convert into an appointment. So how do you do it? How do you get people to book that appointment? And how do you turn those appointments into sales? A lot of that's covered in the book, Smart Networking. And of course, my favorite chapter in the book is the chapter 9, which is all about the $150,000 method of networking, which is a strategy that we show you step by step and how to do that in your business so that you can add the 150K to your bottom line. And, you know, I'm just going to put the link for it here, right here, so you can see that. You can go to that and it tells you a whole bunch more information about that particular book. Okay, so now let's just see what else, other kinds of tools. Well, the Chrome extension that I mentioned earlier is phenomenal. There's so much that it will do. It will allow me to see, as I'm looking at somebody else, if they're in my target market or not, just like that. Tells me what their personality style is, so I know how to talk to them. I know how to perhaps create a sales presentation for them or hone my presentation to make it more interesting to them. It tells me, you know, who do they know that also could be a person that I would want to meet who's in my direct target market. It has a match me feature, so the AI will actually pick out who is the best candidate for me, and it ranks everybody on a scale from 1 to 10. So if it shows that somebody's a 2 out of 10, I'm still going to be nice to them, of course, but I might not book the appointment with them as a priority because somebody else is showing up as a 9 out of 10. And of course, I want to have my sales appointments count for me. Time and money are the two things that slow entrepreneurs down. So I want to make sure that we don't have the issues of time and money. Chrome extension helps us save time, save money. This tool is amazing. It sells for $72 a month USD. We have included it at all levels of membership for our members. And it will also put 1,000 people in your invite list for an event that you're having, like a webinar or a workshop, just like that. It's amazing. Those are just a few of the features. And of course, I would encourage you to find out more about that and where to get it. And I'll share some of that with you, or whoever follows up with you will share that with you as well. So CIBN has been built by our members who love our organization, and they built it for you to enjoy. Many of our members have referred to us our other happy members. And our new courses, of course, are created from our members sharing what they need the most. And sometimes our speakers are contributing to what those courses are. And the tools are added to the network based on their ease of use, their effectiveness in helping our members to succeed, and especially to get more revenue for the businesses. Because I don't want to invest in tools unless it's really creating a huge difference in the lives of our members. And our groups are created by our members for our members. That's why they are so much fun. And that's why they are getting so much done as well. So easy levels of membership. You just basically pick the one that's best for you. Sometimes people pick a lower level of membership and then they upgrade to another one 2 months later. Sometimes they pick the highest level of membership and then they downgrade because they start to master those skills and they don't need to be at that level anymore. So it's totally up to you. We go up and down. We just want you to pick the one that fits best for you right now. And if you do want to change, we ask that you do give us a little notice. Don't try to spring it on us that day when it's on a long weekend and no one's in front of the computer to hit the buttons. Okay, so you'll see that on them that says, please give us 15 days notice or 10 days notice by email so that we can change that. That's the only important part about switching. Okay, so easy levels to choose from. And then we just communicate with each other to see what's best for you so we continue to serve you. So number one level is the basic member levels. So what do you get with that? Well, you get to attend all the networking events that you want. And we get hundreds of events to choose from, over 500 a year, all the networking training in the video portal, and you get to take part in all the networking challenges, get access to those hundreds of people that flood in immediately. And you also have access to the other members through our online tools and Facebook groups. You get all those nice warm leads and referrals. It's only $27 a month USD. That's all. So it's amazing what you get for 27 bucks. And that's like a Netflix subscription, or certainly less than a Starbucks habit. And what does that Chrome extension look like? Well, you get that with this basic level of membership. All of levels of membership have this. The Chrome extension, as I mentioned before, gets you matched with your ideal client, gets those appointments booked with them immediately, and helps you keep moving your business forward. It's phenomenal. And again, it sells for $72 a month USD by itself. So you get that with this level of membership. And of course, we're now throwing in a digital copy of Smart Networking with every new member that joins the network, because we want you to access the entire thing immediately and be able to be successful in your networking. The second level of membership is the speaker level. Okay, the speaker level means that you don't want to just network. You want to talk, you want to speak, you want to get in front of crowds and discuss what is best for you in your business. You want to pitch, you want to sell. Okay, we don't tell our speakers, you can talk, but you can't sell. In fact, we encourage selling at all of our meetings. Why? Well, because you need to sell. That's why you come out networking. You need to get better at selling. This is a safe place to practice. You might say, well, I'm not comfortable having people pitch to me. You need to get more comfortable having people pitch to you. I'm sorry, but it's true. Because until you're comfortable having people pitch to you, you won't be comfortable pitching to others. And if you're struggling to be able to speak in front of other groups of people, you know what? The speaker level might be the one for you. If you're someone who wants to get your message out, this is a great place to be. So what does our speaker level get? All the member level perks that we just mentioned. And they can be a speaker in CIBN online and in-person events. And they have access to all of the business training in the video portal, including the 90-day goal setting challenge 4 times a year, and the social media challenge, and all of the other different things that we have. They get to participate in. Everything except for sales training or mastermind is included in this. And I just want to point out the fellow on the screen here. This is Rael Cowley. He's been a longtime sponsor of CIBN. And one of the ways that he has been able to get great value from our network is by being on our speaker stage. And his clientele, they pay a lot of money to work with him. And I sometimes meet people and they say, oh, you don't have the right people in the room for me. Actually, they're never in the room, like ever. So first thing we need to get over that. It's all about who knows somebody in the room. But when it comes to speaking, sometimes in the bigger events, they are in the room. You just don't know where they are. They're hidden at a table somewhere or at a large, online event. We're not hearing everyone talk because maybe they spoke in breakout rooms. But Riel has come in and he has done speaking engagement with CIBN Connect, and he has landed clients thousands of dollars. I can't even say how much he makes because it would be embarrassing. Okay. He has gotten his clients from CIBN Connect. So we have them in our crowds. So you want to be speaking to that group of people. The speakers also get to market to our Facebook groups. And that means ongoing speaking opportunities. So if you're needing a place to practice going live and you don't have a lot of followers on Facebook when you go live, you know what? We do. And we'd let you go live in our groups if you're a speaker. Okay. So we've got unlimited posting that you can do when you're at the speakers level in our groups. You can go live weekly in there to practice getting yourself out in front of people. And of course, to have the bigger crowd watching you, which is a huge advantage. And if our Facebook groups aren't big enough for you, well, then you should really get excited about our Meetup groups, because we've got over 20,000 people on Meetup at the date of this recording. And we are investing a lot of money and time into that to grow those numbers this year. So as a speaker member, you will be able to market to our Meetup groups. That means we will make you an organizer in a group of your choice. When you put on a special event, you can ask for us to send out messaging about your special event to our groups. So this will help you fill your own webinars and events And that, of course, coupled with the tools that we have, like the Chrome extension, which shows you how to invite to an event very quickly, we have what you need to fill up these events and put butts in seats. And we give this to those who join us at this speaker level. And that is only $77 a month USD. And the value of these types of lead generation tools is thousands of dollars. In fact, here's another one. We have invested $5,000 into another tool that builds summits. So as a speaker, you get to be part of the committee that creates the events, and you can access thousands of dollars worth of tools to plan your own events just because you're part of the speakers network at CIBN Connect. We have certification that's available for you that you can boast about being certified. And there's a whole lot more that's coming for our speakers. So you know what? You should get excited about that. This is a great level to join at so that you can access the crowds that we have or practice getting more comfortable in front of a crowd at all. The third level that we have at CIBN Connect is not something that everyone needs. It's the Sales Pro level. And if you are already closing 1 out of 3 people that you're having appointments with, you don't need this. In fact, I would just say pick one of the other levels. Do you want to network, or do you want to network and speak? Do a 1 or a 2. But if you want to become better at selling, if you're not yet closing 1 out of 3, then maybe there's some room for you to grow in this area of learning how to sell better. Okay, so what do we do at our sales training? Well, Darlene Petrie is a great example of somebody who has grown so much and learned to do so many things through CIBN Connect. But in her own words, she talks about how when she joined CIBN Connect, she was not making sales. There were several different things that were going on here. And as we started to work with her, I started to figure out some of the situations that we were encountering, not just with her, but with others in the network as well. And so that's when we really started rolling out the sales training, because we wanted to make a bigger impact. You know, I'm a good salesperson. Everyone on my team is a great salesperson, but what about the members that come, right? Not all of them are coming being able to sell. Some of them are introverts, like Darlene was, and some people are introverts and maybe they have other things. And she's a grandma. She's a great grandma, you know, and also busy. So how do we help them become better salespeople? Well, we've created some very basic level sales training and some high level stuff. Today, I'm just going to tell you about the basic level. It is the Sales Pro level at CIBN. You get all those speaker level perks, but you also get an additional Wednesday meeting that is all about sales training. And in that meeting, we teach you how to script every part of your sales process for success. It's really important, because if you don't script every part of your process, you're winging it. And winging it is for KFC. It's for beer and wings night at the bar, okay? It's not a sales process. You need to actually know what you're going to say and say it repetitively with different people, okay, so that you know that it's working, it's delivering, it's converting. If you don't say the same thing each time that you meet with new people, what you're doing is you're throwing mud up against the wall and hoping something sticks. And when something works, you don't even know it worked. You can't repeat it. So we want to make sure that you're not in that situation, that you're actually getting better at selling, that you can sell from the stage, you can sell one-on-one, you can sell online, you can sell in person, that it's all part of a process, and that you follow the process each time, and it starts to deliver for you, so that you are no longer struggling in the area of sales. We usually have people see a difference within 30 days, sometimes 45, 3 months for sure. People are definitely seeing a difference in their sales ability. Sometimes, like I had a fellow joined us last November and really was struggling to make a sale. I was just told at the end of last month, which I think took about 5 months in total, but he has $30,000 in commissions coming in now in the financial planning world. So that's really exciting. Those are the kinds of things that we hear all the time. Another individual reported in one of our mastermind meetings that he was struggling with the ability to sell and doing different things and getting things done in the right process. We had a session with him. Now, he'd been trained prior to this through our program, he just kind of was forgetting the steps. And we just reminded him of that. And he had $4,000 in his bank account at the time that we reminded him. And then later, 5 months later, he came back to CIBN and told us that he had $110,000 in his bank account. His name's Cliff Morgan. You can watch his testimony video at CIBN TV on our YouTube channel. And he's just one. He's one of many that have really changed their life through the training that we provide. So the Sales Pro members get the sales training that they need. And then once they get the training they need, we want to make sure that they also have additional lead generation. And you don't have to go anywhere to get it. We've got it right here at CIBN. We've got calling lists. We use Lead Kahuna, and we actually will run a program for them for their calling lists, or give them a downloadable list of whatever it is they're looking for. I think this one was a list of life coaches, and it was about 10,000 names on this. And you can see it gives them the names, the phone numbers, email addresses, and actually about 40 points of data. Besides, if they want that, they want to know how they're doing on Facebook or social media or anything like that, we also include that for those that are in our Sales Pro level. So we want to make sure that they have the lead generation, because once you can sell, lead generation is important. But if you're focusing on lead generation before you can sell, it's a ridiculous waste of time. So we want to make sure that we kind of do things in the right order to help our members succeed. So we have 3 levels of membership to serve you better. And what you need to do is choose a level of membership. Okay? Am I a 1? I just want to speak. Okay? Am I a 2? I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Am I a 1, which is a basic member? I just want to show up and network. That's the bottom line. I don't want to talk to others. I don't want to be a speaker. I don't need sales training. I just want to network. That's all I want. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. And you have our blessing, and we would love to help you network better and more. Only $27 a month is a level 1. Okay. The second opportunity is, are you a speaker? Or do you want to be a speaker? Do you want practice speaking? Do you want to be in front of the crowd? Do you want to get rid of the butterflies? That's a great reason to take the speaker level, okay? So if you're a speaker, you want to click through at bit.ly/networking membership there and grab the speaker level, which is only $77 a month. Or there's the Sales Pro. If you're a 3, you say, you know what, I really need to become better at selling. Sales training that works usually costs thousands of dollars. When I started in this business, my son had joined me in business. We wanted him to do better at selling. We spent thousands of dollars on a training course for him to become better at selling. I have spent, I don't know how many thousands. It's probably 30, 40, 50,000 at least on selling, especially if you count all the books, all the courses that I've taken over the years. Okay. Sales training is generally expensive. So to have it for $177 a month USD, this is a great deal. You can leave anytime you want. So once you get better, you can actually go down to one of the other levels of membership, but get trained as a salesperson. If you're not completing the sales, not following up properly, you don't know how to do it online, something isn't working in your sales cycle, then you need Sales Pro. Fix that before you fix anything else. So as you can see, that's where you go to find the membership levels right there, the link below me. And so pick the one that is the best for you. And you have a choice too when it comes up. You can pick monthly or you can buy annually. There's a great savings there if you do it annually. And after you hit through the buttons and put your credit card in and say, yep, that's the one I want, through it goes. The next thing that's going to happen is you're going to be able to book an appointment with Joshua, who's your onboarding concierge, and he's going to walk you through the next steps, show you which meetings are the best ones for you, and help you to set up your calendar for networking success or speaking success or selling success, depending on which level that you chose. So my question to you is, are you a 1? Are you a 2? Or are you a 3? click through and pick the level that suits you the best. And I can't wait to meet you in person. Happy capitalism.